and we are thrilled as always to have Mike on the show. How you doing, man, and where are you talking to me from now?
Hello, guys. Hello, guys. Good morning on Monday. You're becoming part of my ritual.
It's great to have you. By the way, you are healthy. I am healthy. Madison is healthy. Dave himself got the COVID, and he is in the midst of recovering from that. He didn't have much of a voice yesterday, and I said, if you bring that lack of voice down here, I will not speak to you again. I will maintain a code of silence. But yeah, so what's the world happening in this ritual that we call Nemo Nation? Welcome back.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, we're excited to continue this work on run on less. It's really exciting. We've now visited all 13 fleets. I was with Mesilla Valley and Royal Jones in El Paso, Texas. It was actually cooler in El Paso than it was up here in Indiana when I was there, so I got lucky. But met a driver that I had known from the first run on less back in 2017, and he's going to be part of a team driving an international with a Cummins engine in it in the run in about a month and a half. So really excited, and we've now visited all 13. We're starting to put together and finalize videos and profile sheets and information on the drivers and the specs of the trucks and all that that'll start being posted before we talk again, actually, this Friday.
Let me ask you a question too. I mean, we've talked so much about the process of assembly. We've talked about the actual process of um, collecting, of actually assembling the information and then assembling the information. And now we're at the point where the information is going to get out there. What I was curious about is to take the next step. What do you hope happens upon release? Where do we go from there? And I'm not just being vague in general and saying take me through the next step, but what is the kind of approach? Specifically are you looking for over the next week, but also over the next couple of weeks as this information gets out there? And I'm,
Yeah, we're yeah. I mean, it's about helping fleets and all the people supporting them, whether they're the truck builders or components or dealers. Even folks like ourselves that are kind of more in media and that sort of thing, just help get some clarity on what long haul trucking is going to look like over the next couple of decades. I mean, it's going to need to get greener. Whether we have regulations or not, there's a pretty big expectation that we do better than running petroleum diesel and having 6 or 7 mile per gallon trucks. So we want to help make the decisions that fleets are going to take forward, whether they're in city tractors, heavy duty tractors in P&D delivery, or whether they're in teams or slip seating, long distance freight, even owner operators, small fleets, mega fleets, and so forth. Just help. What does it look like for each of them? And so, I mean, that sounds like a huge challenge, right? And it is because we can't go visit every fleet out there. There's hundreds of thousands. So we're going to try to share what we know about segments and heavy freight, light freight, mountains, planes. Do you come back to base? Do you never come back to base? All those sort of things that differentiate one fleet from the other, and then help understand what's the future look for you. Is it high efficiency diesel? Is it natural gas? There's opportunities with biodiesel and renewable diesel, or even battery electric and so forth. So that's it. I mean, it sounds like a very big, challenging goal, but it's to help individual fleets get clarity on what their future is. Because right now it looks really messy and chaotic and difficult, and it really matters to your success.
and by the way, guys, go to NACFE.org where you can find out so much more information. And that goes to my and by the way, thank you. By the way, that was the answer I was hoping for, because then the next thing is how do you then figure out if the message is getting out? I mean, that's the thing. When we do this show here at the end, after a couple of weeks, our general manager and we all sit down and look at the numbers on Facebook, on YouTube.
Yeah.
We look at them on iHeart. We look all around and see who's focusing in on that, and do we amp up our concentration on those folks, or do we figure out ways to reach other folks? How do you guys figure out if your message is getting out there? Because if it doesn't, then you've created all this great content and all this great information, and it's not doing what it's designed to do, even though you've done it.
Yeah. No, perfect. So we do similar things. Like you just promoted NACFE.org and runonless.com, and so we track how many people are following us on different social media pieces, how many of the reports are downloaded. But before even that, Mac, you got to look at you have to go where the decision makers are. You have to go into their shoes. So we do 120 events a year. So somebody from NACFE is speaking at, or running a workshop, or doing something at a couple of different events a week. Some of those might be national ones, some of them might be local or regional ones. But that's, so we measure it similar to what I would say you do, but we also recognize that we need to be out with the fleets. They're not going to come and just spend time on a website. Some will, but we do that through. We do a lot of videos for this Run on Less. We'll produce 40 videos. We'll start to drop 8 to 10 minute videos this Friday and throughout August on each of the fleets. So we try to be creative and not only go and be with the fleets and their manufacturers and dealers and everybody I discussed earlier, but also do it in a way that's going to pull them in. And we know that, data, video, what other fleets are saying. So, these case studies, these videos throughout August, we have the fleets that are pioneering using these technologies. We have them talking about it. So, we don't always trust everybody, right? But we trust people similar to us. So fleets trust other fleets. And so we're trying to use this data, bring this data from the fleets in a way that other fleets will be there. And, we've got 30 events, major events between now and the end of the year where we're taking our findings to all over the country.
Mike, unbelievable as it always is. Mike Roeth has joined us. He's the executive director over at NACFE, and we're thrilled to have you. And we're out of time, my friend. And the next time we talk, you'll have a better sense of who's getting the word and what the word is. Thank you so much, man, and continue to do the great work. Go ahead.
Right. I mean, we'll have somebody from my team talking every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with you guys throughout August on what we're learning. So we're excited to gear that up instead of once a week, doing it 3 times a week. So thanks for having us.
Oh, you got it, man. I'm actually stoked about that too. I'm such a kind of a data nerd, and finding out who's finding out what and where they're finding it out from. It just makes a difference. Thank you, Mike.
Take care.